Today we want to move from the old version of our script that makes a cover, and that is this one that has been modified in a certain way from okay, let's go from the first one here. The very first one was this, and I'm sorry, I gotta close this. I got different versions of this one. Okay, it's this. Let's close this, and I got this. Let me close this because there could be some. Okay, today we want to take a look at our progress with our app to make images that to paste an image on another image, and this just to make a cover for my blog post or my videos. And so we started from a very simple version of the script that was this one. Um, First of all, we just have uh, a text. Let me show you the result. There are different versions, so maybe let me close this. Let me show you the last version. Okay, this is the last version. Um, okay, today we want to take a look at the last version of my little script to create a cover for my YouTube post or my YouTube video or my blog post, and here it is. So now the code has been enclosed into a class called app, and when I make an instance of this app like this, I just pass the title, subtitle, the image, and the background color. So for this example, I got the title, that is great presentation, the subtitle, it's the best way, is the simplest one, the image is logo PNG, that by the way is this one, and the background color is coral. So this creates a new kind of a new instance of app. And app, what it does, takes this title, subtitle, logo, and coral, bring them together, and we have this result. Here it is, our cover with the title, subtitle, and the image, and at the middle positioned. And that's all very simple, but very useful to save a lot of time. Now we want to see how do we get to the app from the original script. That was this one. We have a different version here. The perhaps the first one. This is not, no, this is another thing. The first one is this, where we have the declaration of the font, the size, this shrink function that was dividing by 2 the shrinking, resizing of the original image size to the half size, because it was the image logo was too big. And then this image, after it was shrinked, we draw the text on the image, some text that is title and subtitle, and this time in the original version we had the title and subtitle here like variables, standing alone and not in a function, not in a class, just in this simple way. And then we draw the text, and then we find the half of the screen with this formula here. We had an absolute range here of the half of the screen, and then we passed the image, the logo image, in onto the first image that is was created here, like an image of 600 for 400 and with the color dark red. So if I wanted to change my cover, I have to manually go here and change the color, change eventually the size, and then put it. So it was very confusing. Where do I go here in the title, subtitle? Not very comfortable, and above all, I need to be fast to do my cover fast. So I went and made some modification to the and so I created a class app where I enclosed all the data that I needed. That was the size, the background, the image, the font for the title itself, the subtitle, and the file name to be saved. That I don't have to change it. The only thing that I have to change was here, and it was quite easy to understand. So inside the code, I went to put all my app.image4 or everything that I needed that comes from here, so that when I wanted to change the code, it was easier. But then I made some modification here. Nothing. Perhaps I added also this middle function that when I pass an image with a ratio of 2, it it shrinks the image of the no oh sorry this places the image in the middle of it returns the x and y, the coordinates of this, where I have to put my image to, so that you can see it in the middle. Instead, this is a function to shrink the image. So then I had some little changes here. Perhaps there is the shrink factor that I put here to change it, because if I needed to make the image even smaller, and that was almost, I deleted something that I didn't use anymore, like other two images and so on. And so I had this, and then I went to this. I completely made all my code into an app, so that I don't have to go and place my stuff here. That was still a bit confusing, and I reduced the amount of data that I needed to personalize, to customize, into just four arguments for the app class. That was this one. And to make it even more clear, I added title, subtitle, the name of the arguments, so that the label of the argument, so that I can easily remember what is the title, the subtitle, the image, and the background. And so now I think it's great. It works very, very great. The next things that I could do is to make it a Kinter application, so that I can make this data into a graphic user interface to make it even easier. Okay, and that is all for the explanation of how we get here. Now what we want to do, as if you saw the code in this way, it may be a little confusing. I would like to redo all the process that I went through to pass this code here, that uses a class here, but the rest is a couple of function and other instruction, just in chronological order here, old style type of programming that is not very useful. It's a lot of confusing. So let's create a new notebook, And let's paste this code, and now let's transform it in just one app. Okay, so first thing I have to do is go and instead of making this a variable for the app, I wanted to include this into my init function with the self inside, and then I want to give it title like, well, let's leave it empty, title, subtitle, and then we have, I think, the image, and then I have the background color. Okay, the sides, I could put the sides also here, but I will leave it to 640 because I think this will be fixed. I don't want to change it. Then I want to have my background in dark red. So let's see, background, we have it. I should use for this, maybe it's better to use for a moment Sublime text because it's easier to change things in sub. Okay, let's PowerPoint. No, sorry. Cover dot class. Let's call it this way. Then let's paste it. Okay, and now this background, we want to see where I put my background. Okay, put it here. So now what I want to do is I get just this. Instead of background is I want to call it BG, and I want to make it self BG so that it will have the name of the instance. Self sites, and let's put the self B into every one of these. Okay, instead of a particular color here, I want it to be my BG. My BG here is gonna be the image, the argument image. Then the shrink ratio will be left here as it is. Then the font, I won't change it. The title instead, I will change it. The subtitle the same. And now here I got the self image. Okay, here is the name of my output that will be taken from the name of the image itself, and then I will add the cover PNG, as you will soon see. Now this font thing here will be here. We'll put a self here too. Then, why does this thing? I don't understand. Then we have, oh gosh, but why? Okay, self something is happening for some reason to my Sublime Text. Let me restart it. Okay, then we have self font and self. Also here we have self size, and this should be right. Then we are going to make this into our app too. To make this, I gotta add a self at the start, and then I have same thing for this. Sorry, same thing for this, and let me write here return the coordinates to place the image in the middle. Okay, this return an image that is half of the original if ratio equal to. Okay, let me see if I have to change something here, maybe in the image. No, we don't have to put self here because this is created. This is a local image, it's in the local scope. The ratio is in the local. This is okay. Here I got to change this app into self. This is local. This image here is local. Okay, but we have to put a self here. Okay, so now that we've done this, we gotta do the last part here that I called in my version here. I called create image. So let's call it create image. So self. Then we have all these things here, like you can see all here, must be a self. And here we are again with this strange behavior. And okay, now all the app here must be also a self. And what more? The title here. The title here must be, I think, a self.title. This must be a self image, a self subtitle, a self image middle, self image middle, self half, and a self image middle. Well, maybe it could work, but I think I forgot always something. I think but let's try. Okay, let's up. Then we have the title. Let's put it this way so that it's more readable. The subtitle, and then we have the or the background or the image. I think I have the image before, and then the background. Okay, the background, I want to put it coral, and I want to make here example, and I want to make a subtitle example, and like the image, I think we got I want to use one of these. Let's see, 003. It's not nice, but just to see if it works. PNG. Let me see what is wrong. First of all, we gotta put a column in here. Then return set of sides here. What wind 30 line. I must have 2, I think, here. As I don't remember well, let me see what I did in the I divided by 4. Okay, so let's divide it by 4 just to make it more position it in the right way. And now we have in app title equals in. I can't use, of course, in, because it's a keyword that image new I want to do. Image new. Okay, there is no error, but nothing happens because I must okay, I have to go and activate the function that create, or I can also do it outside. New dot create image, just like that. Okay, shrink is not defined. Line 33 line, shrink. It's not defined. Oh, okay. I put this shrink here. Let's call it shrink ratio, because to avoid confusing it with the shrink image, and we have to put the self shrink. Okay, to this function I pass the link of the image, so the name of the image, and the ratio, the shrink ratio, that is 2. It's maybe okay. Let's see if it works. Now we have another thing here. So we have this image object. Okay, let's see at 21 what is going on. We have image open link. We got to change this image here because we got 2 variables with the same name, but this is the image at the middle. This is the background, so I want to call it image B, and this background is also here, and here, so let's call it B. And let's see if now it works. Swing, let's go in image draw here, self image 48. What is self image? Here I think I got to call this is image B because we want to draw the text on image B. Then we have this FNT is not defined at 37. because we have to put self.fnt and self.fnt, while here we can also change the name here of fnt to avoid confusing here this one with this other one, font and font here. And middle is not defined at 39. We get middle. Okay, let's call it self.middle, and there it is. Now it works. And okay, and as I'm saving this file into the output file somewhere, where it is, I save it. Let me find output self file name here. Here it is. It's in output directory, and then it takes this the name of the new image. It puts into this output file. You must have this output directory here, and here you find your cover image. So now that we have done everything, I'm gonna copy it and paste it into my notebook. Let me paste it. I want to also change the image here. I want to change my logo image that you see is this one. And so now let's see if it works also here. Here it is, our example with the subtitle and Python. So now we have transformed our code here into a class. It has been a little bit complicated, but now it works, and I think it will be easier to create other images. You can also avoid creating the new image here. You can comment it and leave this one here for future usage if you want to change something, and you want to create another image 2. You're gonna do app and go again, title equal this one, subtitle, oh sorry, I launched it, okay, subtitle, etc. Or you're going to simply copy it and paste it here, and then you are gonna change everything here, example number 2, and then you are gonna image 2 dot create image. You're gonna run it, and you're gonna em2 is not defined because it's image 2. Gonna run it, and you're gonna have your example number 2. So using the app now, it's easier to insert your data, to customize your cover, and also you can just you can save the data for other to use them again. Another thing that this is makes it more usable is that, for example, you can also do something like you could create also more images. For example, if you want to do 10 post 10 YouTube video, a series of video in a playlist, and you want just to make every 10 different covers that are similar in some aspect and different in the title, for example, and in the background, and in the image in the middle, so everything, but you want to do it in just one click. I could also leave everything the same except for the number here. So I could easily make something that makes me create 10 different image in just one time. And I just must adapt the save name here, the file name here, and I should put a number here to make the image called, for example, logo 1, logo 2, logo 3, logo until logo 10, and I could do this very easily, and I wanna show you how. Right now, for example, I'm gonna put this into a for next loop, for example for x in range 10. Okay, you just have to as it takes the name by the image, that by the maybe this time I could change something, and I could go past the number here in and I want to put a number here every time that where I can put the score. For example, I can put here some number of post or number of what you say video numvid equal something, and equal maybe 0. Okay, so now we have to change here something, and we can make, or let me call it 1, we can make plus in form of a string the app dot numvid. I put the app because I want this to be recorded to stay while it is called, while the app is called many times, the instance. So in the first instance it will be 1, in the second instance it will be 2, etc. So I'm gonna put this app numvid here plus the rest here, but each time that it comes here I want to make the app dot num vid plus equal 1. So let's see if it goes right. Another thing that I want to do, I don't want to just change the name of the file that I am saving, because they will be all the same. So I'm gonna put here example number 1 instead of example number 1. I'm gonna put here the X and an F here, so that also these will change the number from 1 to 10. So all the image will be the same, but I can fix also these. I could make the image change. Also these, I could change this, but for now I just wanna change the number and make 10 different images. I wanna see if it works, by the way. So let's see what happens. Here I got number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now it should stop. Okay, as you can see, we got 1, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3. I think we got everything now into our output here. Okay. we just don't have, for some reason, the number 1. I could have done another thing. I could have passed this number here to in here. Let's say name started from 1. Let me delete this. Let me substitute this with just with num, and let me pass here num equal x. I should have the same effect. Without this, I don't need this anymore. Don't need to increment anything because the increment is going around here. And I want to do just 5 of this image this time. I don't want to save something, and I think that the number 1 is this, but yeah, I think I get it. Okay, it's just another way to do the same thing. Let me delete the image I made before and let me run again. Number 4. Okay, now I just say 1, 2, 3, 4 because I don't have, it stops, the range stops at the number before the last. Okay, so if I want to have 5 image, I might put a 6 here. And so you will see now that I can have all my, if I have an intention to make more of my okay, well, you see there are 4 of these files. You can see them here. Here's number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. So I can save more time because one of the things that I like to do, but it takes me sometimes, if I get it, all the image just prepared, I am happier. And you know, these are all the same, but with some let me say little work, I could also change, for example, the image and the color. I can make the color to be random. For example, I could be like a color equal, let me do it, but why not, dark red and coral and dark green and light blue. Okay, I could also change, these are 4 colors that I want to, and I could go and easily substitute this with the color x-1 because it starts from 0 and this instead the x starts from 1, and so I could add different colors. Let me try it. Here is the first one. As you can see, I get different colors. So the first one will be red, the second one will be coral, third one will be green, and the other one will be blue. The same thing I could have done for the subtitles, I could go and call the subtitles equal anything. The intro. Then I could call this the second episode. Then the third episode. And the final episode. And here I can go and do sub x-1. And also for the image, I could change my images, putting them into a list, and then go and, but I don't want it because this could take me too much work. So let's try this one for the last time. And then, okay, for the intro, the second episode, the third episode, and the final episode. So you can see that having a class gives me a lot of more things that I can do with the code, and that is why I made it. And if I don't need this anymore, I can save it commenting this, going to the next line and creating another app instance with my thing here, and go then write image free dot create image, and so on. So I think it's all for now. Let's see to the next time, to the next video.